Hi there. You're watching Brain Shatter. That's juicy. So I don't want you to think that I am ignoring you because I haven't made any Pimp My Ride videos in a hot minute. So I figured I would show you some of the stuff that I have been working on. So this is our little garden up by our house. Down there is our orchard. And then way over there, you can see the tops of the pallets. We have more corn and stuff like that trying to grow, and watermelons. But we have grapes. I have apple trees up here. We have cantaloupe in these two planters growing up. So if they work out, they'll be good. Got 2 more apple trees. Got a whole bunch of corn. Got tomato plants in a homemade planter. This is cucumbers. I got a little cucumber right there growing. Probably a few more. We already harvested a squash from that plant right there. I got more squash plants here. Got some babies on the little rack over there. These are our 3 blackberries from last year, and they're doing well. Getting bigger. They're not huge, but they're getting bigger. So this is our hoop house, and I bought some cattle panels from Tractor Supply, and the plastic is from Amazon, and the rest of this is made out of pallets. So I spent squat. So this is our beets. This is the only thing that's successfully growing in here other than our little leaning orange tree. But everything else doesn't grow in here all that great because right at the moment it is excruciatingly hot. And I have been sweating all day. So I made this with roll-up plastic right here and screen door for the front. I'll latch that later. And then the back also can roll up and down. And it's got the screen. So we got little chickies. We have 15. I'm not sure how many of them are going to end up being roosters. Erin thought she got 1. I am not immediately aware of what kind of chickens we have. I know we have Rhode Island Reds, but I don't know the rest of them. But there's a good selection of different ones. But this is our hoop house that we built for them. I built it after that, but it is basically the same premise. And we got some chicken wire and wrapped it over the cattle panels, and we realized that wasn't going to be sufficient enough, so we went and got a different kind of wire and wrapped it over the top. So this is like chainmail, triple layered thick. We did a thing of wire 2 feet around the entire base. These panels, these corrugated panels, will not be staying here. Tomorrow they will be going on the coop. So I've just about got this done. We put 2 vents in. I got the door. I got the window. We got screen underneath the window. So this one is done. This one is done. And then I just started this one. We got 3 of the 4 vents done. We're going to buy another vent and put it right there next to that one. So this side is about 7 feet tall. The back side is 8 feet tall. So it will cause a little bit of a flow through ventilation, hopefully. I got to install these white panels on this side and the back side and everything else. But I ended up doing it a little backwards. I built this base right here with some pallets, and I tied them all together. And Erin had found some 1/2-inch board, and I went ahead and measured it out and screwed it all together and made this awesome base that was 8 by 8 pretty much. And did that, and then realized that the only available plywood sheeting that I have is actually 3/4. So instead of doing 3/4 on the floor, I did 1/2 inch on the floor, and instead of doing 1/2 inch on the roof, I did 3/4. So I did it a little backwards, but whatever. Might not be up to human code. And I've tried to use pallets in the construction of this, as you can kind of see. Hopefully I'm not moving too fast, so it's not all blurry. I'm going to be cutting right there tomorrow once this is all done, and it's got the roof, and this window is done, and then the chickens will be able to come on in, and we'll load it up with wood shavings, and we'll see how often we're going to end up having to clean it out. And then on this back wall, in this gap, right in here, we're going to do nesting boxes on the outside, so that way we can walk out and undo the latch out here and quickly collect any eggs, so long as they're willing to be copacetic and lay where we want them to lay when they're ready. But we're at least several months off from that. But we got these 5 corrugated panels that still have to go up. And then off of the front right here, I'm going to install a gutter that runs down to a platformed 32 gallon, I think it is, trash can. And it is going to run in and fill it with water. And then you can see the 5 gallon bucket that I have right there has little self-watering doohickeys. I'm going to hook up a pipe system that will run on the inside that will be attached to it. So that way, as we collect rainwater, I'll do it through a type of siphon to try and keep as much of the debris and stuff out into a filter on it, and then it'll fill up with rainwater, and then the rainwater will go in and feed them fresh water. So that way, because chickens have a wonderful skill and ability. Hi. Say hi. They have a wonderful skill and ability. They are not smart enough not to dookie in their water, but they are smart enough not to drink the dookie water. So, makes it a little tough. For their food, I haven't gotten all of them installed in here yet, but I use this. It's a 4-inch sewer, like drain pipe, to a Y, and I fill it with food, and I've got the plastic over the outside, so that way the rain does not try and fight to get into it, and it'll keep it dry. But basically it is a self-feeder that I have to fill up every 2 days. I've got 2 other ones made, I just haven't put them in. But so far everything is going pretty well, but wanted to go ahead and give you guys an update because I'm working my regular full-time job, and then I'm coming in trying to do this on the off time and trying to study for my second job for testing that I have to do. So always busy. This turned out really well right here. This is logs of that tree that was right over there that I cut down for the base. And then a gentleman nearby was doing live cut lumber, 2x4s, rough cut, and I went and picked up a bunch of them from him, and he had some cedar that he had cut into planks, and this was the cedar tops, and he let me have them for free, and so I turned them inside out. So when I come up, I get to look at the nice pretty cedar side, and I cobbled this quickly together, and I'll probably be making a whole bunch more. Maybe this year, maybe for next season. So, but we're trying to kind of grow our own stuff. We've got a bunch of different kinds of apple trees. Here. And then, now you can kind of see there's a bunch of corn, squash, everything else. And there's a whole bunch of watermelon and pumpkin surrounding it. And then we have, I believe that's our nectarine, peach, and then we've got That one's a plum. This was the same kind of plum. And so is that. The deer have come in here multiple times, and I think they killed this one, which sucks. This poor little guy is pretty beat up, and this little one right here has stayed very small. That's another plum right out there. We've got some blueberries over there, and then some pear over here. So this is what we've got to work on and what we've been working on. So I cut down that big old log right there. I want to go ahead and split it in half and make a fire ring, and that's going to end up being, I think, my bench seat. So that should make 2 benches that are pretty decent. It was suffering from a fungal infection. You can kind of see it right there. It was pretty nasty. So, but it sucked. It was that tree right there, and it was very large. But the bark was like falling off, and it had like almost looked like it was the spray foam, and it just reeked to high heaven. It was some kind of fungus, but it was climbing and growing underneath the bark and peeling the bark off. And so the tree went up pretty high. So the trees here go up pretty high, but it shot above, quite a ways above these, but it forked somewhere around like right here, and the entire left side of the fork was completely dead. So I wanted to get it down before it risked falling. So, but yeah, this is some of the property we have. So anyways, quick update. I do have a whole bunch more Pimp My Ride stuff. Mad Mike has given me 8 behind the scenes cuts of the contestants doing their pre-reveal kind of acting, and so I'll be putting those up with their original reveal, so that way you can kind of see. I've gotten Aaron's one up already, and I'm still doing also research and work on trying to find the other foreign contestants. I finally found a way to get the Spain episodes, and I found a handful of the people that were on the Spanish episodes, so hopefully they'll be willing to at least comment with me a little bit, and hopefully I can find, I guess the laws in Spain are pretty harsh, so they don't really allow tuning anymore. If anyone knows the explicit details, I would love to hear it. But yeah, I've got more coming. It's just as time allows. So, all right. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.
Said you want to touch that button. Check it out.